Hello. Right. Looks like the rotation literally has just happened. I was just saying hello to everyone. I was talking about, hey, what skin do you reckon we might potentially see today? Okay. Oh. Ah, yes. Wait, hang on a minute. Wait. What? Micro? What? Oh my God! Was this complete the sets today? I thought it was complete the sets today, Micro. It was today. Right. You should. Ooh. Ooh my. Okay. Right. I think complete the sets was today. No Mercy Revolver. Hang on a minute. You've made a mistake. They've made a mistake. You probably don't remember, but early this year they accepted the No Mercy Revolver version 2. They've re-released it. They've accepted the one that... Wait, am I wrong? No. Wait. Guys, looks like the JPEG collection's going to spike in demand. Looks like the Renegade collection's going to spike in demand. Welcome to Complete the Sets. So, I need to figure out what's going on there. Can you, Micro, can you just quickly speak to Bad Trip and find out if they've accidentally made a mistake there? Hey, look, it's that sword I kept bringing up to everybody. Do you reckon they watched my video? Okay, cool. Right, okay, so I've got to go do my bios now. This is actually really fun. This is actually a very good batch of skins, but I don't know what's going on here. What's happened with this? We'll find out in a bit. Right, so back in a bit, catch you in a bit. Right, hello people. A very weird thing's basically happened. I've got a lot to explain. So, you know I was making quite a fuss about that No Mercy Revolver. Turns out I was right. As you can see here, earlier this year, we did have a No Mercy Revolver accepted. The No Mercy version 2. But today, Face Punch accidentally accepted the version 1. Now, this was acknowledged fairly quickly, and the issue was resolved after a good, maybe about 10 minutes or so. But this was in the Rust store for about 10 minutes. It has been removed, if we just quickly go over to here, as you can see. It's no longer listed. You cannot see it. But there was a very brief period of time where you could actually go ahead and buy it. Now, we did kind of like, send some messages, get some tweets. You get the idea. That was all said and done. It's all been resolved. But for all the people that did manage to buy that revolver, it hasn't been taken away from them, but rather they've now apparently got something very, very, very special. This isn't mine. I didn't buy any. I wanted to, but they've now got this No Mercy Revolver E-Class. What does the E stand for? Well, if it's marketable, expensive, that looks to be probably one of the most rarest skins in Rust now. There was literally only 10 minutes of it being in a Rust store, and then gone. So, yeah, a nice little bit of history just happened. And did you buy any? Because we don't know if that's just going to be tied to your account forever. It might be not tradable, not marketable. Maybe it will be marketable. I don't know. But we do know at least 50 or so people did buy it. So I don't know what's going to happen next week. Maybe we might see it in the Steam market or not. Maybe you could potentially still get it in the barrel. Guys, I think we need to open weapon barrels. Guys, quick, buy all the barrels, quick. No, I'm not joking. This is how that, there was that random Halloween pistol. Do you remember like a year or so ago where it was, yeah. Anyway, so basically, bit silly, bit strange, but that's essentially the story. It was accidentally accepted and it's been removed. And anyone who bought it now has that special No Mercy Revolver. And, yeah, if it is marketable, I have no idea how much that's worth. So if you like rare skins, you've got something to hunt after. There we go. So let's now move on to all of these other skins. Let's talk about the completion of some sets. So we saw JPEG Tier 3 finally be accepted. This is the final core piece for that collection. That was very nice. We also saw the likes of Renegade Kilt, perfectly fine. We got the kilt now, so whilst we didn't get the vest and the coffee can for the Renegade collection, at least we got the kilt. A full set for Renegade is now available. So basically, with these collections, kind of getting that final piece earlier, like literally as I just kind of like did my buy orders, I realized, you know what, I should quickly get a good look at what the listings are for the JPEG collection and the Renegade collection. So here's the JPEG collection back then, about an hour or so ago, and if I just refresh now, here is what it looks like now. Yeah, it's gone down a fair bit, not an insane amount, but it's quite the change from here to here. It's been bought out, prices are going up. So yeah, as we expect, when a new core piece is accepted, you will see the pre-existing pieces spike in demand and spike in price. When you look at the likes of the Renegade collection here, you can see there's some fairly high quantities and the price it wasn't really doing super great. This is what it looks like now. This did get bought out. The prices of these did go up. Yes. So, well, someone's just managed to remember they had a whole bunch of Renegade pants, and it looks like they just unloaded all of that onto there, but the prices are still doing a whole lot better compared to what they were doing earlier. So this is normal. This is expected. It is the beauty of Complete the Sets, and we should also remind ourselves that there was also this very special chest plate. First of all, congratulations, Keke, and of course Micro, because he actually helped making this skin. Proud to see you got another skin accepted into Rust, so very nice to see that. Well, do you remember this? This is the legendary gold face mask. This has been around for a very, very, very long time, and Keke, the guy that made it, for a long time has been trying to get that chest plate accepted, and he's had many attempts in the past, wasn't accepted, but today, finally, it's been accepted, and now it's getting very, very expensive. This right here. So with that chest plate being accepted, this face mask is now getting bought out. It finally has that companion. You can now run around in pure gold and flex on all the poor people. Essentially, yeah, that's it. We finally got that piece to pair up with it, but that definitely could lead to some potential problems if you think it's going to be an easy investment, so we will discuss that in a bit. For now, let's just go ahead and figure out which of these skins is and isn't abnormal. Hey B-Grills, you're probably about to ask me a question, but we'll save that for later. So let's just quickly go through all of these, find out which is and which isn't abnormal. Guys, there are 15 skins this week. Welcome to Complete the Sets. And here we are. So, this is not abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is abnormal. This also is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This is abnormal. And that's it. That's all done. We're done. All good. Nice to see you too, Mr. B Grills. B Grills has 120 Renegade hoodies. He's made quite a lot of profit, I'm sure. Well done with that, buddy. Right, so yes, you might notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 abnormal skins this week. Adrix, we'll talk about that afterwards. Let me just sort this out. So, yep, 10 abnormal skins to chase after next week. We will see how they all progress, and we'll probably get a good idea how we're going to approach all of them. Because next week, you really need to figure out how you're going to strategize in what you focus. Because there's a lot of things to chase after next week. So, next week's definitely going to be fun. We're just going to do one quick snapshot of what the previous Rust store looked like in terms of sales. So, Adrix, I can answer this to you right now. We can confirm. So, last night we did our abnormal buy orders. The Redemption MP5, it did reach around 27,000 sales, but please understand this, SEMM cannot track every single account on, every single Steam account. There might be some private accounts out there that probably bought maybe 100 or even 1,000 of them. So some of the stock isn't being completely seen, all right? But what we can confirm is there were buy orders going above $3 earlier. Like, literally an hour ago, these buy orders were still here. You could have probably bought this and then waited out until next week. You probably could have sold this at $3.22 if you really wanted to. That would have been profitable, but you get the idea. These buy orders were here when the Rust store was still there, when this was still in the Steam market, still in the Rust store, you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, this does look like it's going to retain its value, but what you also might notice is this is definitely getting some listings here that aren't really that high. If you wanted to sell this and get a profit, you need to sell it for at least $3.46. This right here is listed at $3.68. But what I will also say is there's no resistance. There's no big fat quantity walls. If people truly wanted it, it could easily get bought out. It could easily potentially go up in price. But then again, we should also mention that it's only literally just become marketable. You need to wait it out and see what it looks like after about 2 weeks. Then we'll start making considerations. But last night and today, you could have looked at that and I would have said, you know what, it looks like it's a perfectly fine thing to buy if we really wanted to. And then we can take a look at real quickly the Capybara door. So that's got buy orders going all the way up to about $1.76. This was a $2.49 skin. Yes, it was. And, well, maybe it might work out well in the future. Maybe it won't. We shall see. And then we have the UAP Pilot Furnace. This has buy orders going all the way up to about $1.30. And then that's it. I don't think that's going to retain its value. So, awkward. Now, of course, today we also had the regular skins. So we have up to just about almost 1,000 requests to buy for this Panther Thompson. Yesterday I talked about this in my abnormal buy order talk. So after we talked about the abnormal buy orders, we discussed what prices we were probably going to do for all these regular skins. I sat here and said I reckon the Panther Thompson, based on the amount of sales it had, which was not that much, only 12,000. And when you compare this with all the other Thompsons that came out this year, it's the lowest selling. So it wasn't a very insane design, but people do like that type of thing. This is the lowest selling Thompson of the year. I think it might work out very nicely for it. I actually went ahead and bought 100 of these today. That was the one skin I went and bought. So I do think this is probably going to be looking pretty good in the future. And with the buy orders that it currently has, it definitely looks like it's going to be holding up fairly all right. Will it last forever? We shall see, but the main thing I'm concerned about is how good will it look around post-Christmas time. And we also have to take into consideration that we just had another Thompson accepted today. So, yeah, we'll discuss that in a bit. And what's that, Mr... Yep, thank you very much for that link, Mr. Benji. We'll discuss that in a bit. Sapnana, I thought this was going to do fairly okay, not insanely, but we did see that most of the Sap skins, they don't really go below $1.30. So we felt somewhat confident to put down buy orders of around $1 and fairly higher. Will the Banana Collection flourish at the end of this year, post-Christmas time, when loads of people play the game, when loads of people have time off? We shall see. And then you got the likes of the Emojis AR. People weren't super keen on that. Buy orders mostly around 70 cents, 90 cents. And then we have the Colosseum tools. Guys, did any of you do a sneaky little purchase? Because these only did... Well, they didn't even reach 6,000 sales, apparently. This is very, very low. This is a very, very low sale count. Do you reckon these two potentially might get manipulated in the future? Have you done a fairly strong buy order? I pushed it up to about $1. See that? That 98 cents buy order? That's me. Seems I was a little bit low on my buy order price. I thought it was $1. Oh well. Well, we shall see how that ends up. Okay, cool. Right then. So with that out of the way, should we start discussing all of the brand new skins? So here is complete the sets. Oh, we got a little discussion here. Facepunch added a previous version of the already accepted No Mercy Revolver item to the Rust store this week. Both items have different workshop files, Steam asset IDs, and item definition IDs, which makes them two different items in-game. Version 1 ID 546078170 was renamed to No Mercy Revolver-E class, and then removed from the store shortly after the store rotation. Version 2, ID 526975159, remains on the market. Version 1 can only be obtained through trading or from the Steam Community Market. Supply will be very limited due to the short window in which the item was purchasable from the store. So, yeah. That right there, it's a bit of a mistake. See that? Because SUMM thinks it's the No Mercy Revolver that already exists. So we're not going to acknowledge that. It's a little bit back at there. But we now have a very special No Mercy Revolver. How this is going to behave, whether it's going to be marketable or tradable, we don't fully know. We don't know if it's going to be marketable or tradable. Sonic, it's up to Facepunch. They can stop it from being marketable and tradable. They can make the change. So we don't know how this is going to be, but yeah. So did I get any? No, I didn't get any. I won't mention anybody that did, not for this video at the very least, but I do know people who have bought some. more than one at the very least as well. So with that, we do need to discuss... look, guys, I can't really sit here and explain how this is going to behave, because I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be marketable and tradable. Originally, it would have been marketable and tradable, but Facepunch could, stop that from happening. They could make it non-tradable and non-marketable. Okay? That can happen. But as of now, if it is going to be marketable and tradable, we definitely have something very, very, very interesting ahead of us. How much would you offer for a very special, unique... Well, I'll be honest with you, it does look very similar to the normal Revolver, the normal No Mercy Revolver skin, so it's all in the name, really. But how much would you offer for that? What would you offer? Feel free to comment. Feel free to say $12. Psh, demo link, honestly. Well, I think we agreed that this is not rarer than the metal tree door, if you are aware of that. So we do believe there's more of these compared to that. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the workshop page, that's the wrong one. I think we can actually get subscribers. All right, let's not go there. Let's just go back over to here. Let's click this, right? Click that. So by default, 58 people. So as you can see here, if you can remember, current subscribers means basically by default, 58 individual people have bought this skin. Now this does not include if they bought multiple amounts of them. I know for sure that someone bought multiple. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Something very weird has just happened today, and I don't know how this is going to be in the future, but I guess we've got this all nice and recorded. So, yeah, I wonder what price it's going to be by the end of the year, if it is marketable. Right then, so with that, we've kind of had a bit of a discussion all with that. So shall we start talking about, the brand new skins right in front of us? Let's just do a nice quick refresh just to see if the sales will update, so we can get a good idea of which is the top selling skin so far. And it does seem to be Constellations. Sorry. All right then, so are you ready? Shall we begin? Okay, so Constellations Small Box. This is part of the Constellations collection. It's a continuation of the Deplorable collection. Now, guys, what we have here is probably going to help out the garage door. See, originally, back we had this discussion. So we first saw these skins being accepted towards the end of 2022. And then at the very beginning of this year, we saw this garage door being accepted. And when this garage door was accepted, it caused both of these to spike in demand, spike in price. With this being accepted today, has the garage door gone up in price? And I can confirm right now that the price it's currently selling for is $3.10. And so 82 there, and it says 82 there. Right, so, what? Really? It doesn't look like it's changed that much. It doesn't look like it's changed that much. Could this potentially reinvigorate the Constellations collection? Because this is the first acceptance in about 7 months. And yes, Cavency, the skin creator, did try. He submitted quite a lot of skins, but only now did he get one being accepted again. But this is usually a point, and this is something you have to be aware of. With Complete the Sets, we do tend to see reinvigorations of people, the skin creators being motivated to keep adding to these collections again. But if we do see a lot more deplorables being accepted, the likes of this garage door and these other deplorables very likely will be spiking demand even more and going up in price. But with this just randomly being accepted today, it doesn't look like this has gone up in price that much. But the main point that we wanted to discuss is, will this specific small box go up in price in the future? First of all, it's abnormal, so we don't have to rush into buying it. However, I will also say, if you like any of these skins this week, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated to keep wanting to make more creative skins and whatnot. But with this, with a financial perspective, I do know small boxes tend to work out very nicely around post-Christmas time in the long term. Literally, earlier this year, around January time, I looked at all of the small box skins and I could see every single one of them in the positive. But you might notice, so far this year, we've already had quite a lot of acceptances already. We've only got 3 skins currently in the positive. But at the very least, it's noticeable that the likes of the Tempered Small Wood Box here, this is part of a collection. This is holding up quite nicely. This Constellation Small Box, also part of a collection. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cavency, does go ahead and make some more Constellations deployable skins, and we do potentially see some more of them being accepted, I do think this is going to work out quite alright for the small box. So as of now, if you want to play it extra safe, you could wait until Monday or Tuesday, look and see if Kavensi has either said he's going to continue the collection or has actually submitted a new submission on the workshop, and then you probably feel a whole lot more relaxed, and then you might want to invest into it, if that makes sense. But with it being an abnormal skin, I personally will just wait, do my builders first, and then make the decision whether or not I want to go ahead and buy it, if that makes sense. So isn't the box already on the workshop? Well, if we just quickly go over to here, what I'm saying is, will there be potentially any more? Because yes, you are correct, there's the large box, we've got a double door here, we've got a Constellations locker, we've got a sheet metal door there. He might make a version 2 of this, or a version 3 of this, a version 3 of this, or a version 2 of that. Will he make any more things? A furnace or something? A rug? You know, that'd actually, you know what, that'd actually be really cool. Kavensi, consider doing that. A rug, so you can put it on your ceiling, and then you can see all the constellations as if it was the sky. That's a cool idea. That's an option. So, yeah, if it does become a bigger deployable collection, yes, that will work out very nicely. But that's all what ifs and maybes. And look, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he will be trying to continue this collection. So as of now, I feel positive towards it. Let's move on to the bombing armored door. Right, so this was a bit of a surprise. We haven't seen a bombing skin in forever. Does everybody remember the kilt? I actually made a video basically talking about how this was the perfect representation of oversaturation, because everybody bought this thinking it was going to be an easy profit. It literally came out when offline TV era was happening. If you don't know what it is, basically that was back, what was it, like 2 years ago, when all the big Twitch streamers were playing on a fun Rust server, and for about a month, Rust was the biggest game. So that's, you know, if you look at the player counts back then, you'll notice there was tons and tons of people playing back then. Yep. So, yep, do you see? I was trying to only do that. There we go, right. So, yeah, this was when it was like the biggest game. And then it cooled off after that. But, you know, as time has gone on, we've definitely been seeing nice progression with this game. But that was when it was the biggest thing on Twitch. So, back over to here. We now need to specifically talk about this, because we will sit here and say, yes, there's been some deplorables accepted before. With this being accepted, would we potentially see these go up in price a fair bit? Probably. But will we see the likes of Andre wanting to make even more bombing skins? I guess he wouldn't be opposed to doing it. Basically, it's the exact same scenario as this small box here. Will Andre feel motivated to go ahead and make even more skins for the bombing collection now? Will he be reinvigorated and want to go at it and just, you know, make a whole bunch more? Again, you got to wait it out. You got to look at the workshop page, read the comments, see if anyone's actually asked him yet, hey, cool door, are you going to make any more? That's what we're going to wait out for. So, yeah, that is the current situation. Now, what we also need to acknowledge is this is also abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying it. So, with that, that's what I'm going to plan on doing. But let's just focus the design. So let's just quickly take a look at this. Pretty cool. Stands out. How many how many armored door skins have we had so far this year? I think this is the third. Am I wrong? We've had 1, 2. Is it the fourth? The answer is fourth. All right, okay, cool. All right, understood. So we haven't had that many armored door skins so far this year. Single armored doors, to be precise. A lot less compared to last year. I am under the impression that this actually might work out well in the future as time goes on. It's a very cool urban style. I hate that I said that. You get what I mean. It's a pretty cool style. It's got a very nice style to it. I think a lot of people will be appreciating that. I think this will probably be... I think this could potentially become the best-selling skin of the week. Let's see then. I don't know. I don't know. It's awkward. It is very awkward. How many people probably already are happy with the likes of the armored door skins that they probably already have? I'm talking based on the fact that, you know, not too long ago, we literally just had the see-through mesh bombshell armored door, and that hasn't even budged that much. That was a bit awkward. Yeah, when this first became marketable, it had a very weird Steam market problem, so you couldn't actually, like, list them, but people could sell to the highest buy order, and that killed a lot of the buy orders. But at the moment, it's still holding up quite all right, but that's got the very, very notable pay-to-win see-through mesh. This right here, it's just got a very cool style to it. We shall see. Again, we don't have to rush into this, all right? Let's take our time, look how many sales it has, keep it on the workshop. Did Andre say he plans to continue the collection? If he does, we'll see how that works out, especially when we figure out what we want to do for a barter and whatnot. So that, at the moment, looks promising, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So, yeah. Apple doesn't seem to like the door. Well, you know, everyone has their own preferences and personal taste. Code Hunter M249. Right, I'm just going to quickly show you all the M249s that have come out so far this year. This has broken the tradition of only seeing an M249 skin being accepted for every season. Damn you! But yeah, you might notice that this is down 7%, this is down 48%, this is down 58%, this is down 5%, this is, yeah. So M249's gun demand seems to be a bit of a problem here. How many people actually manage to get one of these in their hands and use it frequently? Probably not that many. So the issue is, if you don't use it that much, what justification do you have to have a skin for it? Well, here's the problem. So yeah, even the Redemption M249 is a little bit down, but because that collection as a whole was doing pretty good at the moment, and you know, very in demand, it's only down by 7%. When you look at the likes of the Toxic Wolf, down by 48%, almost near $1, yeah, you kind of shouldn't be surprised by that. Also, this is holiday themed. This is, of course, a Christmas themed custom. Sorry, this is a Christmas themed M249. When we get closer to Christmas, you might see that actually going up in price. So, you know, be aware of that. But this right here, Cold Hunter Collection, nice to see a representation for that. Cold Hunter skins do routinely pick up around November time. Yeah, this is definitely something I notice every single year. I've made a point about that. In fact, I could probably go on YouTube right now and find it. I can't remember the specific YouTube name. If I type in Rust Cold Hunter Collection. And where's that Hedge video? Where's that Hedge video? Wow, I can't seem to find it. If I type Hedge with it, is it really that hard to find? Cold Hunter Profit Pattern, September 2023. Yeah, September 23. Yeah, I made this video last year, and I was like, guys, pretty confident this is going to be going up in price very nicely around November time. Lo and behold, that basically happened. We can go ahead and take a look at the past for the likes of, let's go take a look at the likes of the Thompson. So last year around September time, did it go up in price pretty comfortably? The answer is yes. Look at that. Whoa. So, so that was nice, but probably because it was a Thompson. Why don't we take a look at the likes of the crossbow, for example? So, yeah, around September time, did this do nicely as we entered November? The answer is yes, indeed. So, yeah, a lot of the Cold Hunter skins do go up very nicely. They trend upwards beginning around November, probably because of the cold theme, you know, winter, Christmas. This is definitely one of the skins that I keep mentioning to people to keep an eye out for, and we do routinely see these go up in price through November, all the way up to around maybe February time. So, yeah, whilst it's an M249, oh, and it's $3.49. Oh, okay, that's a little bit awkward. Well, you know, one of the best things that we can compare it to is the likes of the Black Gold M249 and the Tempered M249 that came out last year. That's doing okay-ish. This is doing okay-ish. I get the feeling this is probably going to be okay-ish as well as time goes on. I reckon we're just better off doing a buy order. And it is abnormal, so we don't need to rush into buying it. I feel like that's probably the best comparison I can do. So, yes, Christmas investing, basically, aquatic. But with Christmas-themed skins, that can be the likes of things named Festive or Snowman or Gingerbread or, you know, Cold or Winter or Glacial or Frosty or Ice, you know, all the cold themed stuff. It usually gets picked up and usually goes up in price pretty nicely. So, yeah, Cold Hunter as a whole usually does get bought out a whole bunch towards the very end of the year, and yeah, you get the idea. Toy Jackhammer. Right, so Jackhammer skins in general, how do they normally do? So, of course, we've got the likes of the Nutcracker Jackhammer, which are doing very bad. However, Christmas themed, that very likely will be going up into the positive and potentially being a nice profit when we get close to Christmas time. So, yeah, let's just get that across. So, we've had the likes of the Carrot Jackhammer this year. We've had the likes of the Jackhammer from Hell. Okay, right, so they seem to do pretty okay. You know, this is part of a notable collection, did nicely. This was a holiday theme skin, probably sold nicely because it was goofy. Not that many of them in the Steam market, currently slightly above its restore price. So, toy collection. We've been seeing a few of these being accepted this year. We saw one being accepted for Complete the Sets earlier this year. We saw an extra toy skin being accepted somewhat recently, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, this right here, it's a big So, wow, that took 2 years to be accepted. Do you want to run around? Do you want to run around with a with something that looked like it came out and sealed plastic and you know what? I actually could see a lot of people enjoying that. I think this actually might work out quite alright. It is goofy. It is silly. It's supposed to look like a toy, and I think a lot of people would appreciate that. However, first things first. This is not abnormal, so we need to be aware of that. And the vast majority of these Jackhammer skins, they do seem to be doing quite alright. Now, this sold a ridiculous amount, so that seems to be struggling a fair bit. But then again, the Doodle Jackhammer did quite alright. Weird things. This is holiday themed, so that's struggling. So, by default, I do feel like this Jackhammer will retain its value. Will it be super profitable, though? That's the next question. I don't fully know. So I kind of want to just see how this plays out, get a good look at how many sales happen across this week, and then we'll probably get a much better idea of what we want to offer as a buy order, or whether we might want to consider doing an actual purchase when we, figure out the prices next Wednesday, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that for now. So, Retro, you haven't had a skin accepted in a long time, have you? Well, yeah. So, if I can recall, I think that was Complete the Sets last year, and then you got another Azul skin accepted. Maybe he might feel invigorated to make some more Azul skins. He's got all the clothing and armor pieces accepted. Consider making some primitive skins. Couldn't hurt. But yeah, this is another L96. We've had a couple of these accepted this year, and let's go take a look at that. So, we've had the Rainbow Pony L96, we've had the Copper L96, and we've had the Azul L96, but you might notice a bit of a problem. All the L96s that have been accepted somewhat recently, within the past 2 years, don't look like they're doing super great at the moment. Why is this? Again, much like the M249. How many of you are actually getting a hold of an L96 and using it fairly frequently? Yeah. Or maybe it's just a case of people just don't seem to like the newer ones. If you look at the older, oh wow. Yeah, that's not good. That's not looking too good. So yeah, this isn't the first time I've discussed the likes of an L96 skin. They are awkward, and usually we just prefer to stick with a buy order. So we could at the very least look at how many sales happen across the first week, and then we'll go ahead and figure out the week, and then we'll figure out what we want to offer when we, reach next Wednesday. Iffy on that one. But it's a cool looking design. I will give it that. I like the Azul collection. I like its blue pattern. Ooh, nice. So cool. So, yep. And you got some gifts. Wow. Okay, cool. So, I'll leave that. Right. It's nice to see another From House skin being accepted. Get a good look at this. How many From House skins do we have in total? We have 21. Good job, Sir Q. So, we've had the likes of this. Yeah, we've had 7 From House skins accepted so far this year, but for each and every single one that we've had accepted, I've looked at you and I've said, guys, during the year, there's a weird pattern where all the From House skins during the year just kind of suffer. Yes, they just kind of suffer during the year. But when we usually see, like, post-Christmas happen, suddenly everybody wants to buy them and use them and enjoy them. It's a very weird situation. Again, I expect the exact same thing to happen to the likes of this. Also, talk about awkward timing. We literally just had that El Diablo wooden door like 2 weeks ago with like pretty much almost nearly the exact same style. So like, yeah, do you see what I mean? Well, that didn't work out very well, did it? What do you reckon's going to happen to this now? That's a fair bit awkward. So yeah, wooden doors, they don't really retain their value. It is awkward. Maybe this won't sell that much, and maybe it might turn into a very profitable skin afterwards. So, yeah. What I'm going to say is, it's abnormal. I don't need to rush into it. The house set really does really well, though, normally. It does do normally really well, but it also suffers during the year as well. Let me just show you once more. So, again, let me just show you all the wooden doors, and you might notice... Down 39, down 52, down 46, down 34, down 62, down 42, down 58, down 19, down 61. I think this is getting pumped. I'm not 100% sure. This is down 42, down 50. This is definitely getting pumped. I know that for 100%. Yeah. Wooden doors in general, I mean, how often are you using your wooden doors? Role players, that's different, but in competitive play. Probably not that much. There is definitely a brief period of time you definitely most likely will be using one. Would you like to use the wooden door from hell? By all means, remember what I say. If you like it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. But with a financial perspective, I'd rather wait it out, keep an eye on it, and see what happens. But I'm not super keen on it. So, yeah. Right, so yeah, and to this guy that's just popped in from Hellskins, if you look at all the ones that came out this year, which you can see right there, this one, all the way up to the Jackhammer, you'll see quite a lot of them not looking super great. But if you look at all the ones that came out last year, some of them are doing quite alright at the moment. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but when they've come out like fairly recently, they struggle, and then post-Christmas, everybody suddenly wants them. Yeah, it's just not super easy to invest into, it seems. But yeah, like, I'd rather do a buy order by default. Fireflies Furnace. Again, this is also abnormal. So, Fireflies collection, you know what? I should point this out. I actually randomly picked this out in my list. So, I made this list. Complete the sets, August 2023 candidates. Let's go find out. See how many I actually managed to get correct. So yeah, the furnace. Is there anything else? The sword. We'll be talking about that in a minute. And yeah, I know they picked the old version of the Renegade Kilt. I see. And then of course, yeah. So all right, I got a few, but I did say it might not exactly be those specific skins, but rather representations of the collections. But anyway, back over to here. We're now talking about this Fireflies Furnace. We've had a lot of furnaces being accepted in such a short amount of time, haven't we? What do you mean? Well, last week we just literally had the UAP Furnace, and before that we had the Cactus Furnace, and then before that we had the what was it? Not the Smouldering, the Charcoal Furnace. So yeah, this is a fair bit awkward, and you can start to notice the problem. When we've had such a short amount of time of, an item getting loads of skins, they kind of all compete with each other, because if someone's like, oh yeah, I could probably do with a new furnace skin, well, recently you had a lot of options, didn't you? So you got a lot to pick from, and that kind of takes away from the interest of each one. And well, down 4% at the moment, down 29, down 36, down 42, a fair bit awkward, yes. And you also might notice there's only two furnace skins that are doing alright at the moment, are the Abyss Furnace and the Capybara Furnace. This is part of a nice well-established deployable collection, which is also now getting clothing and armour, and this is the Capybara collection, which is a bit of a meme, but it might actually turn out quite alright in terms of maybe we see some more deplorables without being accepted. So with this right here, I am a little bit concerned. I am not usually that confident with furnace skins. Usually during the year, they suffer quite badly. I will happily point out it's abnormal. I don't feel the need to rush into buying it. I will rather go ahead and look at how many sales happen during the week, and then I'll look at it on Wednesday, figure out a price, and then, do buy orders, and then afterwards look if they can see if it's a perfectly fine thing to buy. At the moment, probably not. No. Okay. Cybercode Thompson. Right, so how many Thompson skins have we had accepted so far this year? We should also take into consideration we've had like 3 given away in Twitch events. So I guess we've had 12 Thompson skins appearing this year. We've literally just had the Panther Thompson. That literally just appeared. Didn't sell that much. We've now got the Cybercode Thompson. Well, last week, I did sit here and say, Panther Thompson, I do feel like that potentially will be a perfectly reasonably fine investment. And with that selling not that much, I actually went ahead and bought 100 of them. Because I thought, you know what, that's looking pretty good. But then we found out this appears instantly the week after. Okay, that's a fair bit awkward. I will stick by my point. I do still feel Thompson skins will be perfectly fine by the end of this year. Post-Christmas, everybody likes to use Thompsons. Everybody wants to use a Thompson skin then, and then you see a massive influx of people buying these out. And because they have this weird issue of... wrong side. Oh, by the way, let's just do a quick refresh. Let's see what's on the front page. Oh, look, it's Renegade and Legendary Gold Face Mask and JPEG. Wow, I wonder why. We'll be talking about that in a bit. If I were to type in Thompson, or rather, because some of them aren't called Thompson, if I look for the Thompson here, yep. If I do this and look for quantities, very weirdly, the vast majority of them have less than 100 quantity on the Steam market. And you might be sitting there and saying, okay, what's so special about that? Well, on average, every single Ruskin, on average, would have around 100 quantity on the Steam market. Why is it that Thompsons always have a lot less? So tier 3 Thompson that came out this year, 36. We've got the likes of the Artifact Thompson, 47. Yeah, and then I'll move over to here. What else do we have? You'll see the likes of the Lunar Thompson right there, Thompsonana, High Quality Metal Thompson. Why do they all have less than 100 quantity? I don't know. I have no idea. But what I will point out to you is, with a lot less quantity, you tend to see these get bought out around the end of the year, and then suddenly they easily go up in price. Because their quantities, right? Do you see any resistance here? I mean, you got that 9 there, but once that's gone, like, let's say 30 of them got bought, it's suddenly going all the way up to about $3, and then beyond. So look how this has hardly any resistance whatsoever. That could easily just go... And last year, and I've said this so many times already this year already, I saw pretty much every single Thompson last year skyrocket around December to February time. I would like to see the exact same thing happening again this year. But if it does happen again, just know I've told this story God knows how many times this year. And if you didn't make a move for that, the choice is yours. Now, maybe you're not that much of a fan of the Cybercode collection. Fair enough, that's up to you. It's a pretty cool looking design. It's all nice, it's dark. And what do we have for the aim sight? A reasonably cool dark lightish green tip, and you got a nice little skull staring at you. Cool. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that might work out quite alright. But with all of these skins in the Rust store this week, wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't sell that much. But because of that, it potentially might be an interesting investment. So this Wednesday, next week, yeah, we're going to see how many sales happen, and I'll discuss how much I might want to offer for it. Because I did say, with that Panther Thompson from the previous Rust store, I did go ahead and buy 100 of them. Because I thought, you know what? I could easily see that rebounding and going up in price pretty nicely towards the end of the year. At the very least, it will retain its value. And this right here, kind of would be surprised if this exact same thing potentially happens. So let's see what happens. Right. Here is the legendary Chestplate. And you might be sitting there and saying, okay, so what's so special about this? Well, I did make mention earlier. We had the face mask accepted 5 years ago. Yes. This is currently selling for $143. Maybe even more. Let's just refresh. Let's just remind ourselves. Okay, so yes, this is a older face mask skin, and well, you know, looks pretty cool. I will remind all of you, if I just quickly go over to here, I have one as well. Where is it? I bought this for 10 cents American with a buy order. My best ever buy order that I ever did with a Rust skin. So yeah, cool. Sorry to brag, but I just wanted to point out I had one, and I can sell it for a little profit now. So anyway, this now has a perfectly fine companion to pair up with it. However, there is a problem. There is a problem, and I must point this out. Do you remember last year when we finally got the tempered chestplate? So I'm just going to have to copy this over, because if I refresh it, some of the skins might all get disorganized. So let me just do this now. So I'm just going to look up the tempered collection, because the exact same scenario has already happened before. Tempered collection, we had the face mask accepted a long time ago, didn't we? And then last year, we randomly saw the likes of the chestplate being accepted, didn't we? So let's just refresh our brains. The tempered face mask came out in 2016. 6 years later, tempered chestplate randomly comes out. But this ended up having 27,000 sales. How many face masks exist? Apparently 721. Do you notice the problem? Far too many chest plates in comparison to face masks. And with that, we kind of realise a bit of a problem. Alright? We potentially might see the exact same scenario happening all over again. Because yes, this sold for $2.99. And it did 27,000 sales. And now it's selling for $1. Because there's far too many of these in comparison to these. And I'm sorry, Micro. I will just point this out. Another clap for Micro, because he helped Keke make this skin. So, yes. Well done, Mr. Micro. Now I'm going to tell everybody to be wary of buying it. I'm sorry, mate. But you understand the situation. We've seen this issue before with the tempered collection. A lot of these are probably going to get bought. So let's just remind ourselves, how many of those face masks exist? About 2,665. Well, we're already getting fairly close to it. Uh-oh. So yeah, we'll never afford that mask. We'll just unbox it like I did, Mr. King of Bargains. It wasn't that hard. Yeah, I unboxed one. Go look up my unboxing videos. Where did I put them? I definitely put them here somewhere. Hedge unboxing. Hedge Rust unboxing. I'm not sure even if I... Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. I unboxed a tempered face mask. That worked out very nicely. So, yep, cool. Anyway, back to here. I am very, 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 very concerned about this. I am very, 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 very concerned about this. Buy the face mask. I already own one. I don't need to buy another one. I have two. I have two. Okay. Listen. It's abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying it. But, yeah. I will point this out. Yeah, so, in my streams, if you get 100,000 channel points, I will buy a skin. And, how many times do you reckon I've bought this today? I think about 8. Oh, God, people waiting until there's an expensive skin to buy, so I bought 8 of these today already. So with that, I think we should wait it out. Wait till Wednesday. Look at how many sales have happened. We'll do the abnormal builder stream, and we'll talk about what prices we might want to offer for this. Because I will point this out at the very least, it's a purely golden chest plate. That's cool. But that face mask is expensive. How many of you can afford to get the full set? And as Micro joked earlier, maybe we just might potentially see the likes of the kilt coming out at some point. Maybe in a couple of years' time. I will ask, do we have a kilt? I mean, Keke probably might want to take a break from his pet rocks and might want to consider making a kilt now. Well, maybe we need a golden capybara. Do you want to see a golden capybara? Yeah, let's get a golden capybara. Yes, please. Okay. I'm wondering if they also removed it. Firewolf, if you're referring to that revolver, maybe it's an interesting time to go ahead and buy out some of those weapon barrels and see if you can get it in the weapon barrel. Right. So, you want the legendary sir? I mean, yeah, if I go to the workshop page, is there a legendary collection? Oh, yes, there is. Oh, so you can see the many attempts to get this chest plate accepted. We do have a sir. We do have a sir. Let's go take a look at the legendary golden sir. Whoa! It's so shiny and sleek and interesting. And, oh, whoa. Oh, is that the 3D mesh? Ah. Well, that's looking pretty cool. I mean, add a little red dot right there, call it a version 3, job done. And then release it next week. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just slap a red dot on it and then just call it a version 3. I think people would want to buy that. Yeah. Do you want to go buy a very expensive sir? That would probably sell for $4 as well, wouldn't it? I mean, we had Black Gold Collection last year and they're all selling for like a $5 each, weren't they? If you remember all the weapons. Cool. So, yeah, anyway, we went on a bit of a ramble. Basically, there might be far too many of these bought in comparison to the face mask, and that could definitely lead to some problems. So, be cautious. See how it goes. But by default, it's a golden chest plate. Maybe some people would want to pair that up with some other things. Do bear in mind, it probably could work out with the likes of Black Gold Collection or something, so choice is up to you. But it's abnormal. I'm going to sit here and wait on it, and then I'll do my balders first, and then, of course, I'll look at it afterwards, so... Moving on, we have this El Diablo Sword. It is also abnormal. Salvage swords are weird, because... all the recent ones we've seen being accepted have some form of transparency, which I guess, you know, it's cool. But let's go take a look and see how they're all performing. Oh, yeah. People don't seem to like salvage sword skins, at least the newer ones. Yep, so down 39, down 44, down 46, down 50, down 46. Yeah. I think we have a bit of a problem there. Yeah. And you might sit there and say, oh, but it's part of the El Diablo collection. Oh, okay, then, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, it's mostly weapons. So, I like the sword. I did point out, I pointed this out. I actually picked it out as one of the skins as a representative of the El Diablo collection, so that's cool. Did Facepunch watch my video? Have Facepunch seen my collection? Anyway, I'm not super keen on that. I'm afraid. So, yeah, we've had 3 salvage sword skins accepted so far this year. Will we see even more? I don't know, like a Halloween sword, maybe? A Christmas sword? Santa's stabbing stick? Bad kids. Anyway, with that, it's abnormal. I'm not going to rush into buying it. I am going to wait it out. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not keen on salvage sword skins, I'm sure you can tell. So, yeah, we'll leave that. All right, so JPEG Tier 3. So this is the final core piece for the JPEG collection. So, like I said earlier, when I saw the rotation happen, I was waiting for the regular skins to appear. I figured, oh wait, hang on a minute. I should go ahead and search for all the JPEG clothing and armor skins. And then, of course, we see this. And we're now going to go over to here. Quick refresh. So that's now refreshed over there. So get a good look at the quantities on the left, look at the prices to the right, and that's changed. Okay, did you see anything different? The quantities don't look like they've changed that much. Have the prices changed? So I'm looking at the hoodie right now, 55, £1.20, and now I see it's 57 and £1.43. It doesn't look like it's changed that much. That's a fair bit awkward. So if I look at the is there any resistance? Is something slowing it down? Doesn't look like it. So what's going on? How come it's not really pushing up that much? Do people just not really like the JPEG collection that much? That's awkward. I've got a whole bunch of kilts. I was hoping this was going to go up in price. What's going on, guys? I guess this just wasn't one of the skin collections people were really hopeful for today. The gloves have been bought out. Hang on a minute. So 28 has gone down to 16. Ooh, that's interesting. And these were accepted this year, weren't they? Oh, yes, they were. Oh, so that's that could go up even higher. Whoa, that's been demolished. Right then. So, yeah, that worked out all right. Okay. Maybe it might keep going, you know? I mean, look at the kilt. So the kilt was 79 and £1.80, and now it's 67 and £2.33. Maybe it's going to keep progressing as we enter the likes of the weekend, potentially. But it doesn't really look like it's moved that much, has it? No. But here we are. So this is the final core piece of the JPEG collection. Here is where we sit and talk about what are we going to do now. Because first things first, this is the final core piece. We already got the likes of gloves. Will we potentially see boots at some point in the future? Maybe a version 2. But there's nothing that's really going to cause the likes of that tier 3 to really spike in demand and spike in price. So, yeah, awkwardness. Now, the next thing we need to discuss is the hoodie and the pants did about 16,000 sales each. Tier 2, on average, did about 10 to 11,000 sales. This right here, if it does like 10,000 sales, it probably will be pretty interesting to keep an eye out for. If it goes beyond 16,000 sales, there's going to be problems. So this kind of has to match up with either the likes of the clothing or the tier 2. If it matches up with a tier 2, you might see the hoodie and pants potentially struggle a fair bit, because then that becomes the excess clothing piece compared to the excess core piece compared to the other core pieces. Or maybe this might end up selling more than the hoodie and pants, and then there's too many of these and it struggles. Like, if you want to see it to an extreme, do you remember the Complete the Sets back in May 18 when we saw the military hoodie and pants being accepted, the final core piece for the military collection, and it sold like 45,000 each, even though the kilt sold like 9,000 and the tier 3 sold like 14,000. So there's an absurd amount of excess stock in comparison to all of the other core pieces. I'm talking about the kilt, I'm talking about the tier 3 armor, and with that, it completely died. The prices of the military hoodie and pants right now, they're not looking very good, are they? And I can actually show that to you right now. Stupid of me, why not just show it? So here you go. Oh, that's the door. I've picked the wrong thing. Damn it. Military. Here we go. What's that one? Yeah. So yeah, hoodie and pants were accepted early this year in the May Complete the Sets, 46,000 each. And when you compare that with the likes of the tier 2 here and the tier 3, there's just far too much of that. No wonder this is in the negative. No wonder this is struggling. So keep an eye on that. It's abnormal. Don't need to rush into buying it. Can do our builders first. We need to see how many sales it has. And as of now, it's not the best-selling skins, is it? It's not the best-selling skins. So keep an eye on that one. All right. Don't need a rush. All right. So we'll see how that works out. Phantom boots. This was a random one. Phantom collection. Do you remember that? Well, I remember back in 2021 when this was a surprise to see. So, like, this this 2 years ago, for complete the sets back then, it took 2 years for this to be accepted. And when this was accepted, the clothing and the tier 2, it just spiked in demand, spiked in price like crazy. Went to absurd amounts. I believe the pants sold for like $20 at one point. Anyway, yeah. This has now appeared. I guess this is now a fully complete collection. We got gloves, we got boots, we got, you know, all of that there, all the core pieces. So I guess you might potentially see the likes of the gloves going up in price, or maybe some of the clothing armor. But the boots, I mean, hey, do you like them? It's a bit awkward because this is now the final clothing and armor piece. I'm not sure if Shepmon wants to turn that into a primitive collection, but I don't think that's going to really make that much of a difference. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on these. It's abnormal, so I had to rush into buying it. But, you know, this year, we've had quite a lot of boot skins. It's awkward. It's really awkward. You know, by default, quite a lot of them are in the positive. But this year, not so much. And I don't think we're going to be seeing any more Phantom skins anytime soon. I don't think there's much else to make. So, this is odd to see. I don't imagine it's going to be one of the best sellers this week either. Maybe it might work out. At the moment, they do look reasonably okay. You know, I won't hate. Looks nice. Goes well with the Phantom collection, of course. But there's nothing else to look forward to. Well, it's abnormal. We'll do our barters first. We'll look at it afterwards, and then we'll make a decision. See, skins being abnormal definitely can be a bit of a lifeline. So now we're going to look at the likes of the Renegade Kilt. This is not abnormal. This is part of the Renegade collection. This was one of those collections I was desperately waiting for a very long time last year. And we saw the many attempts for Tier 2 to be accepted. Never happened. And only the Kilt have ended up being accepted. Fair enough. You know, you have your full collection there. Maybe you don't care about the likes of the vest and the coffee can. But with this being accepted, we did see a spike in demand and spike in price. So again, earlier, when I saw the Rust rotation, I was waiting for the regular skins to appear. I went and searched for all of the clothing and armor skins. So get a good look at that. Quantity, prices. Now we'll go over to here, do a quick refresh. Once again, quantity, prices, and here we go. Right, okay. Bear Grylls, you didn't just list 120 skins, did you? TGG said in the video, the next few weeks there will be more than 8 skins in the store. Yeah, so I was going to save this for the end of the video. I wouldn't be surprised if for the rest of this month we see maybe 1 or 2 extra old skins being picked. So I'll leave that to the end. I'll point that out again. But anyway, we're here talking about the Renegade collection. So let's just go take a look at this hoodie. Let's just go to... Okay, where did they all go? Oh, there they are. Right, so probably what likely happened is it reached up to about... Let's just see here. Let's turn that into dollars. So what I'm guessing is this probably reached about $2.50, and then one guy goes, oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to go unload all of my stock. And then another guy saw that and thought, you know what? I'm going to go unload all of my stock. And then another guy, and another guy, and another guy, and then this guy does it at 20. So yeah, okay, problem. Everybody noticed it had a spike in demand, and everybody just thought, oh, I'm just going to list everything. You know, I could have done that. I didn't do that because that's stupid. All right? Sell it in portions. Sell it in small amounts, and you'll get a whole lot more money. If you unload a big fat stack of quantity and cause a big fat wall to appear, you're going to kill off the momentum. And now, this probably won't go any above $2 ever again now because of that. So, yeah, be patient. List a few. Let them sell. And just list a few more. You'll make a lot more money that way. But if someone does something like that, kills off the momentum, and it probably won't go up any more than that. But anyway, let's go take a look at the tier 3. This is looking pretty good. Yes. Right, so this is currently sitting at $2.49, and there's not that much resistance. It could go even higher. If you feel the need for a nice post-apocalyptic set, why not take a look at the likes of the Renegade collection? Witness me. Oh, I'm witnessing you, all right? Is that $3? Oh, hello. I own a few of you. Oh, yes, I do. I'm making some good profits today. Let's put it that way. So, yes, back over to here. It's the same thing like the JPEG collection. How much would a kilt sell in comparison to the rest of this? So the clothing did about 15,000 sales. The tier 3 did about 12 and 13,000 sales. If this only sells like 10... You know, actually, that is something to be aware of. If this ends up becoming, if the kilt doesn't sell that much this week, and it sells a lot less compared to the rest of this, you might see the kilt become the most expensive part of the whole collection, because there'll be a lot less of them in circulation, and later down the line, if people really do want to use this set, there's going to be less of these available, and therefore, with more demand for it, the price will go up. So keep an eye out for that, all right? It's not abnormal, so we don't have that lifeline, but if it doesn't sell, if it sells a lot less compared to the other core pieces, or what currently exists, that might actually become very expensive. So keep an eye on that one. Maybe even buy it. Maybe just go ahead, buy the Renegade collection and go be a crazy post-apocalyptic guy. It's a cool-looking set. Maybe we'll see some more skins from Mr. Multi-Name now that this has been accepted. So, all right then. Gold chestplates are interesting. What will happen with the mask and what sales are interesting? Gregon, I already spoke about that, but we'll talk about that after I'm done with this video, because I have the answer for you, all right? And then we have the Frog Club. So, do you remember the Frog Collection from earlier this year? We had the likes of the Furnace, which was actually a very, very, very random skin. Like, you probably don't remember, but back in March when we saw that, that was like a very random extra late pick. That had waited in the workshop for 4 months, and it was just randomly accepted. Like, it was nowhere near complete the sets around then. It was just a very random thing. And then, Ideal probably thought, oh, wow, okay, so Face Punch likes frogs. I'll go make another one. And he made the Frog Rock, and he was cool. This was all before that whole pet rock phase, so just want to point that out to you. And then he made this Frog Club, which you can't really get a good look of, so let's just get a better look. Oh, wow, look at him. Tee-hee. We don't see many of these bone clubs what the hell is that? I forgot about these things. Doesn't he do that for all of his collection? I can't remember, does he? Yeah, he does. I remember the rock. I remember the rock. Hey. You know what? Ideal. Go make some more skins. You could do it. Give us some more skins. Go make some more goofy skins. We appreciate them. We like the gifts. Will people appreciate the Bone Club? So first of all, like I said, we don't see many Bone Clubs being accepted, and that is correct because we usually only see 1 a year. Quite literally, 1 a year. So, do you like frogs? Do you want to have a little frog friend to run around with? Listen, if you are a person who likes to be a very weird guy in Rust, hopefully you potentially might have a nice full collection of frog stuff to wear. I mean, there is frog cosplay. You could just run around and you could just be a weird frog person and freak some people out, and you might need your little Bone Club friend or your little rock. So, I mean, yeah, that's an option. At what point are you ever actively using a Bone Club? Yeah. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, wouldn't be surprised if that's the lowest selling skin of the week. But if it sells hardly anything, it might work out very nicely for it. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say. Bone Club gang, rise up. I mean, if you want to. But maybe they want the Chocolate Club micro, or maybe they're healthy and they want to have the broccoli. Right, so, yeah. I'd rather see how many sales that has. I'm still remembering the GIF. I'd rather see how many sales happen and then leave it at that. So, yeah. Pretty interesting week. Especially with that Revolver. We'll see how that turns out in the end. Oh, that was a very big talk, wasn't it? How long did I talk for? This is probably a big video this week. A lot of skins, though, so understandable. But, yeah. This was a fun week. This was an interesting week. And like Selenosta said, it looks like from now on, for the next few weeks, we're going to have big restores. More than 8 skins each week. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a random extra 1 or 2 extra late picks for the next few restores across this month. What does Hedge mean? So basically, you know how we got some skins here that took like 8 months to be accepted? 4 months, 3 months, a year plus, 2 years plus, 2.5 years, blimey, 2.5 years. But yeah, do you see that? I wouldn't be surprised if next week's Restore has some skins like this. You know, this was in the workshop for a year. This was in the workshop for several months. Yeah, I reckon we'll be seeing some of that. So complete the sets, technically, I think will kind of be continuing over the span of the next few weeks. So I will remind you, I made this collection. It's currently on the workshop. There's a lot of representatives here. Some of them actually got picked out today. But of course, you might notice what I mean by representatives is we saw a frog skin accepted today. I wanted to make mention that I expected to see the frog collection today. I expected to see the likes of, well, I mean, the Fireflies. We saw a Constellation skin accepted today. What else did we see accepted today? We saw the likes of, well, we did see a No Mercy skin, sort of. We saw a Hell skin. Yeah, we saw quite literally that sword. But do you see what I mean? So go look at all of this, see all the collections, and realise we would be expecting to see more of these from these collections potentially. So something in those collections, and all you got to do, right? All you got to do is like click the skin, go to its workshop page, scroll down, you'll notice there's probably a collection link, and then look at all of them, and you might spot some random skins from the past. Yep. And Demo Link said, I'm hoping for a Berserk collection. I do have a Berserker representative. Where's the boots? I have the boots right there. So again, we click the link, go down, there's a link right there for the whole collection. And are there any Berserker skins? We've got a crossbow there, we've got a saw there, we've got some boots there. Cloak jacket, I don't think so, because that doesn't look like a jacket, does it? We've talked about that. I have a video talking about it. It doesn't look like a jacket. It's a very cool looking cape type of design, but the transparency is deceiving. Nice little story that, isn't it? So yeah, consider giving that a good look. There's still a whole bunch of clothing and armor sets that need to be completed. Why is the hoodie there and not the pants? Did I not bring all of that? Oh no, did I lose the pants? Where's the pants? I've lost the pants. Where did I put the pants? Where's the lightweight hoodie and pants? Well, I've got the hoodie. Where's the pants? I don't know. But yeah, is there still potential to see the likes of Elite Crate Tier 2 to be accepted? Or Hard Suit? Or Pizza? We don't need to worry about Renegade anymore. Ladybug cosplay? Bee cosplay? Will the comics collection ever continue? Will Glister Tier 3 ever be accepted? Who knows? But there's a lot of representatives right there, and it's up to you if you want to go take a look at all of that. So, would you sell skins when the set is completed now? Personally, yes, I would. Because I don't think there is anything that's going to really, really boost up the likes of this face mask, this Tier 3 armor. I don't think there's going to be really anything that's going to boost up the like. Well, I mean, with the Renegade collection, you could still potentially see boots and gloves. So that's definitely something I could potentially see happening, and they have made them before, and I wouldn't be surprised if Multiname and Marco do make a version 2 and resubmit it and potentially see that being accepted in the future. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So there is potential to see some more from Renegade Collection, but right now, I wouldn't blame you for considering trying to sell right now. So personally, Dragon, yes, I would consider doing that right now. Right now, we're seeing the spike in demand and we are seeing the spike in price. And you should not be surprised that all of these collections are currently on the front page because they're all being bought out. And if we refresh once more, seems to die down a bit, but we've got JPEG skins all there right now. And if we go to page 2, do we still see all the other ones? We've got Renegade right there. We've got more JPEG. So yeah, it was very, very in demand earlier. Looks like the Armored Door's being bought out from the Constellations collection because that guy probably assumes, yes, we're probably going to see some more Constellations deployables in the future. Yes. So, yeah. Why not a coffee can helmet? I don't know. If you were to ask people, what do you desire most out of the Tier 2, they're just going to say the kilt. So, Face Punch probably was aware of it. They didn't want to have too many skins in the roster, so they just thought, all right, let's do a Tier 2, but we'll just do the kilt because that's what people mainly care about. Yeah, you shouldn't be surprised by that. So, yeah, what do you reckon is going to happen from now on? What do you reckon is going to happen, first of all, to the likes of what we saw here today with the No Mercy Revolver? Do you reckon it'll be marketable? Do you reckon it'll be marketable? Apparently, we do have a link for it. Someone managed to figure out what the link will be for it, so that potentially could be appearing. I don't know if it's abnormal. I don't know if it's abnormal. I don't know if it's definitely going to be marketable. I don't know. I do not know. But I look forward to finding out, and I look forward to seeing what's going on. Have we seen the barrel getting bought out today? Have you been buying barrels and trying to open it and see if you could get that revolver in it? And did the subreddit ever figure that out? You know, let's just quickly over to here. Did the subreddit figure out what's going on with that revolver? Doesn't look like they've noticed. No, none of them noticed. Well, I'm sure they're going to have fun finding out about that, aren't they? So if you've got any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. What questions do you want to ask? And 2K Revy, oh, just want to remind you, SMM is accidentally tracking the numbers for the No Mercy Revolver that existed before that. This right here, apparently, only has 58 subscribers, aka 58 independent people. Look at the top. What do you mean the top? You mean here? Could you elaborate? Main page. Oh, he has an update for it. Yeah, right there. Should I refresh again? Just want to make sure. Legendary Chestplate 2. And Primers has now just asked for 2 legendary chestplates. I hate everybody. So, oh, he's removed it from this batch now. So, is it... Well, it's right there. And it seems it looks like it's permanently stuck. So is this the link for it? Oh, so Bipolar Penguin made that link. I see. So that's how Benji got the link. I see. Right. So the link apparently is right there. And yeah, that was awkward. That was very awkward. 42. No, if I look at the workshop page, that's the wrong one. If you go over to here, this is the correct workshop page. 58. 58 is the answer. All right. Different color cloth around the handle. Again, you know, if you don't care for it, that's fine. It pretty much looks like the exact same No Mercy Revolver. It's just that there's only a certain amount of these that exist. Cool. So maybe it might only be worth like $20. Probably will get bought out by one individual, and then they all might suddenly become worth thousands because that one individual said, yeah, I'm only going to sell it at this price. So, yeah. All right, okay then. So, that's basically it. It was a bit of a ramble. Figuring out what I'm going to do for my predictions video later is not going to be very fun, so I've got to go through 15 skins and figure out what's the best. I'll be honest with you, looking at all of this, I don't actually know. In terms of, you know, feeling super confident, I don't know if I feel super confident in any of these. The kilt I am interested in. Actually, yeah, I probably feel interested in this kilt. But then again, was the Renegade collection in demand? But it wasn't complete, so that's probably why it wasn't in demand. Okay, so that's a half maybe at the very least. Chestplate I know is a big problem. Small box, I think probably will be the thing that I am interested in. Yeah, so I've got to go ahead and start thinking about what I'm going to say for all of that. But other than that, keep an eye out. Wouldn't be surprised if next week we potentially see some more older skins from the workshop being added to the current Rustore rotations for this future. Frog Club is French for Broccoli Club. My theory is that the dev did it on purpose and bought a but no, Taco, no. That's silly. Now you're being a conspiracy nut. Don't be a conspiracy nut. So, yeah. Nice to see all of that kind of happen. Right. So, yeah, we're all done. We're all done. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if that went on forever, but there was a lot of skins. Keep an eye out for what potentially might be appearing soon. And maybe I should just reiterate that... oh, yeah, you got to be aware that we've got the likes of the attack helicopter on staging now, so that's cool. And I guess we should probably point out that Mr. Alistair McFarlane, if we just quickly go over to here, he very recently asked which Rust skin... I keep saying skin creator. Which Rust creator who hasn't yet received a Rust Twitch drop do you feel deserves one? You know, for all those, all those videos that you watch on YouTube and whatnot, who is a content creator, whether they stream on Twitch or make videos on YouTube, who hasn't had a skin except, hasn't got a Twitch drop yet, who do you reckon deserves one? Feel free to show your support. You don't have to say me. I don't actually have a skin ready or anything, so don't worry about that. There's other people. There's other people out there. So, yeah. Keep an eye out and, yeah, make some suggestions. The tweet, his Twitter is right there. He's asking. Feel free to say. And, yep, all good. We're all done. Catch